let's look at this word association block. The easiest thing I can tell you to do is just to start with one column at a time. Look at your dominant column versus submissive column. Identify the gray kind of roundish box. And if we scroll back to the natural self page, you'll see that these are kind of the same shape. They kind of are in that same shape, but they're colored. Well, that is because these are from your natural self page. So this is where you range naturally, if this was you, and you can see the new colored square box is where you've had to adjust due to your environment. Cool. You can look at all these and you can tell the difference between all of them. Here's the extrovert and here's the adjustment. Here's the natural self patience versus urgent, and here's the environment adjustment, and here's the natural self conforming non-conforming, and here's where the adjustment has been made in the environment. Now that's great and wonderful, but what are these little arrows and circles for? Well, these are stress indicators, and this is where things get really cool. So you can see that there's a little D here and a driving arrow up, and if you scroll down below the satisfaction bar to the stress indicator box, this is kind of your little cheat sheet. And you can see here, here's that little D with the arrow, and it says controlling. And there's a little star next to it, and you can see that the stars adjust depending on what it is. 5 stars is the max, and these are stress indicators. So this is a small stress to this individual, and then there's a general term to perhaps summarize what's happening. And this is basically stating that he has to be more controlling in his environment. So there's a stress. You can do the same thing for each one of these traits. So socially engaging becomes hurrying, becomes more detailing, and we'll get to these last 3 in just a second, but these are the 4 main that we'll look at right away. So you can see that he has to become more outgoing than in his natural environment. He has to become more urgent than in his natural self, and more conforming than in his natural self. These are verifiable stresses.